What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we have the box. May or may not have seen this box perched here for quite a while. I've been slacking, there's no excuse. I've just been slacking. This box, this beautiful, quite large box, was sent to us by our friends at Billet Technology. Now, just from that, you should know what's in here. But in case you don't, we're going to open this up. And you're going to see some beautiful things. So be ready. The moment I knew I was buying the Trackhawk, I contacted Heidi at Billet Tech and we got things rolling. The stuff that's in this box is the beginning of my engine bling. The journey to make the engine something different, something better, something unique. I'm not going to be some fancy show car, but for my standards, and I know if you've followed in my videos, I do like to keep my engine bay clean and simple, to the point. So this is the beginning of that. Let's check out what's in here. Alright, put that box down. What I like about Billet Tech is they're not like some other companies that like to smother you with packing peanuts. So, bravo. Alright, what I'm gonna do is open all of this up, lay it out, show you what it looks like, and then we're gonna install. Most of it is gonna be super straightforward and simple. The only thing that's gonna require the slightest bit of work ever is gonna be the catch can. Let's get this rolling, and it should look pretty cool. Just for reference, to show you what the before is. This is my sad, sorry state of affairs. Still stock, I know, it's blowing my mind. Let's talk about two reasons why this is still stock. One, somehow from 18 to 19 there was a change with the intake, so the 18 that have intakes don't work for the 19. There's redesigns coming out probably within the next week after filming this, and I will be getting one, don't worry. Billet Tech should be cleaning up a ton of this. I just got a Granatelli Motorsports thermostat housing cover. If you do follow me, you know I'm going to be messing around with the coolant reservoirs, the other reservoirs. I like to do little things. We're going to go along with that, see what happens. Okay, and that took entirely longer than I'm willing to admit. There was so much packaging, but I love that about Billet Tech. They took the time, honestly, to make sure the products that you're spending your hard-earned money on are not only quality made, but quality shipped. And I'm just never ever disappointed. This is what we're left with here. This is the fuse cover. It's honestly beautiful. This is the custom piece. Now this basically just stays in the car for when my hood's popped or whatever the heck it is, because a hard parked vehicle, right? So I love that they did this so clean. So we'll put this on at the end, but apparently this piece just chills there. So it's like a little topper to the whole situation, and I think it's freaking cool. And then when you're done, you just take the bad boy off and you go about your day. So let's get all this stuff installed, and then we'll be good to go. So what I want to do to start this off is just tackle the catch can. It's definitely not that hard of an install. There's one bolt to put on. So when you order it, you either order end caps or you don't, and your kit will come with this washer and nut. So for me, because I bought the end caps, my end caps are going to be like that. Just a little bit of a visual thing, nothing crazy. So if I remember correctly, this is what, the longer piece is going to end up being this setting here. I don't know how much it matters, but from the way it looks, when the catch can's installed, the back piece is going to have a straight shot to that, and then the longer piece, which will be the 90-degree fitting, is going to come from the front to the back. So just make that one longer. To prepare this, We have the engine cover off. That's simple, just pop that off. Behind here, you're just gonna stick your hand here. There's a push clip that goes this way. Just gonna push that and lift up, and then over here, you're just gonna push in over here this and slide that out. This piece is just gonna be gone. We're just gonna put that aside because we're really not gonna need that ever again. To create these, you're just gonna take your fittings, put them on nice and snug there, and you're gonna take your 90°, just get it on there nice and snug. Now these don't stay unless they're pressure fit down, so just be careful when you're going to install this. You don't do that. Be careful, that's all. You will need a 17mm ratchet or socket, so just keep that in mind. So basically the premise behind this is you're going to take your catch can. You see how there's a notched piece here? That is going to sit on this bolt. So basically you're just going to take your catch can, put it in there, slide it in, so it'll be like that, and then you're just going to put your lock washer behind that and your nut, tighten it down as snug as possible, but don't go too crazy. And then when you're installing everything else, if you feel like it's going to move, then you can start making preparations to tighten it. My word of advice when it comes to these catch cans, just so you know, righties loosey, lefties tighty. Don't go too tight, because you're going to find yourself having a nightmare situation getting it off. The quality of these pieces are just like unmatched as far as I'm concerned. So I just go nice and snug, but nothing crazy. So we're gonna put this in. We're gonna take our lock washer installed there. And we're gonna take our nut. No big deal, homie. So I'm just gonna stick that there. Put that in. Start tightening it down. Now, the one thing you're going to want to make sure is that your catch can's nice and straight. You can always fix that later. So you're going to take your straight piece first. Now down here is the bottom fitting. So what you're going to do is take this piece, slide this in there. Once you get that, then put that there. You're going to twist. You're going to install onto your back piece here. Okay, looks nice. So we're going to go to the other piece now. Now, what I recommend, just take this off for right now so that you have the bare piece here. We're going to stick this on first. Okay, just going to put that right on. The hose naturally has a point where it was bending, so try to find that so you're not like struggling. Now you're going to take your finishing piece, bend, and you're going to come in, line it up, attach it, then you can start acting a fool. Just a little word of advice, and this is coming from somebody who's going to be having to take these out and in and out and in. Try to push this over as much as you can, okay? Get this kind of weird angle because it's got these prongs that need to go in. Everything will snug in and be tight and nice, but it's just finesse it, try not to force it, and you should be fine. So the next piece we're going to be installing is the fuse box cover. I'm not entirely sure why, but from factory you can faintly see it. I've been rubbing the hell out of it to the point where there's a mark, of course. But Jeep, FCA, Chrysler, whoever the hell it was, decides to mark up the hell out of the engine bay. There was a couple pieces already. Actually, this is gone for the most part, but you can still faintly see green there. There was a green mark there. There's a red mark here. It's like flipping Christmas in this engine bay. Take your stupid markers and wipe your ass with them. Like, why are you drawing all over the engine? Look, there's a tiny... Like, what are you doing? What are you assholes doing? See, that came off. Like, don't be drawing on my shit. Anyway, took my IPA mixture, 50/50, wiped this down, because on the back of this fuse cover box, there are 2 strips of adhesive. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this adhesive off somehow. Alright, I have anxiety and bite my nails, so of course we need to find alternative methods to get this done. Everything's nice and clean, the instructions say, which, you know, let's be real, it's not really rocket science here. Basically all we're going to be doing is taking this, placing it down. Now you'll know from the front here, clip, 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 clip. So we're just going to take this down, right? Snug it in there. It is a good fit. And we're just going to push. Just put some firm pressure. We know where the 2 strips were. So that's all you're doing. Very cool. Now we're going to talk about this piece here. So if you ever want to check your fuse box, 2 things to remember. Your fuse box lid is now like 5 times heavier. Number 2, when you open it up, you are going to hit this. Unless you pull that out of the way, I'm probably going to put something here soft, or I wish there was a way to just take that off. I might just remove this altogether, but it's not like I ever really need to get into my fuse box anyway. So it's nice and snug, and I think it looks really cool. I do have some issues with the actual design and layout of this engine bay. I don't know, like the Hellcat, it just flowed better. So there's a lot to work with here, but it's gonna cost more money and more time for me to get my goal accomplished. You know how I go, but we'll see how it goes. This annoys me. There's no company that makes like a cover for this or something. Just a freaking computer for the car, just chilling. I mean, maybe I could talk with somebody and see if there's some way to make some kind of shielding here. You know how on the Hellcat, it's got this like ABS cover. Maybe there's something that can go there. Who knows? Let's continue with the parts to put on. We're gonna start with the caps now. Get rid of all this yellow junk and the dipstick. Almost done. The next little piece are these caps for this thing. So here's my dilemma. I know where that is. I got 2. I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking, is it this? Like maybe that? It would have to be, right? I mean, that's what we're gonna go with. So just for reference for you, this, before you put any kind of cap on it, has this stupid fucking thing. You don't need this. Cut it off, cut it out, get rid of it. Now this tool comes with all of the parts. There's little set screws in there. When you get this, it's going to be pushed in, so you're going to have to unscrew this a little bit, make sure it's completely unobstructed. You're going to stick this bad boy in all the way down and align your set screw, preferably where you can't see it, and just come in and tighten it up. We're going to do the same for that, and I guess that's, I mean, it looks better than what was on it. I don't know, fellas. We're gonna screw that down, and maybe I'm losing my shit. Maybe I ordered too many. I don't see anything. I don't see anything else. I don't see any other explanation. So let's tighten this down and see how it goes. So there's an L on here, and that's what we just took. We just took an L. I would say that 2 were sent to me on accident. Only 1 goes here. Super tight, nice, snug, it looks good. That, I mean, it blends in. It's not even like a dark colored anything. It doesn't look like anything bad. What is this sticker? Now that I'm looking. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrendous. We're gonna peel that off. Speaking of that, let's put this cap on. This. Let's just get this done. Dragging a video. I do this so often. Starting to make some progress here. I'm not gonna bother filming little things like this. Basically for there, you're just taking the cover off, putting this on, tightening it down. This, same thing, except you're not removing the cover. You're just putting this over the existing cover, tightening it down. Now, the only thing I don't love is that this is not straight, but I don't know. I don't know. That's the only way it could line up. I've tried moving the actual cap. I'll contact Billet Tech about it and see if it's, you know, something that maybe a design was changed, or I don't know, but it still looks good. It's better than not having anything. This came out freaking awesome. I love it. Can't really do much with the shape because that's the shape of the actual cap. So that was the end of that. This looks good. Now we're on to this. Now, real quick, all you have to do with this is just pop this. Now, over here, there's a little, like, hook. So you're just gonna come back and you're just gonna try to push down and wiggle at the same time. And eventually, you'll get it off. Okay. Okay, now that, basically all you're gonna do is just tighten this up now. Now, I will admit, on my Hellcat, I did have an issue with this. I guess I tightened it too much, and the set screw fell through the bottom, and it was bye-bye. So, you don't have to go too crazy. This isn't like something's under pressure. None of it really is, to be honest with you. So, you just gotta, like, because you're putting a cover on caps with this and everything else. So you're not changing anything, you're just beautifying it, right? These, you know, I would make sure this is more snug than anything. This, it's on there. You don't have to go too much. If anything, you know how I go. I'll go even further. I can just barely see the freaking set screw. I know if I keep prying on it, I'm gonna screw something up, so I'm gonna leave it. It looks good. I'm happy. Here we have another one we did. This one came out really nice. So again, how everything looks now is not how it's going to look very soon. There's an intake on the way. We're going to be doing lots of hydro dipping from the engine bay, the inside, various parts. It's just going to take time to get it all planned out. I'm very meticulous when it comes to that. Okay, ladies and germs, we're going to talk about one little thing. I did encounter this on my Hellcat, so as you can see, there's dipsticks galore here. This is what I just pulled out of the Trackhawk. Now, as you can tell, maybe you can tell, if I could focus you could tell, it is a different dipstick. Now, I'll prove that because right here talks about numbers, right? So if you look at the numbers, the top one and the bottom one, instead of 822AE, it's 823AC. It is a different dipstick. Now, it measures differently. On my oil, I'm topped off. I'm perfect. But on this dipstick, it looks like I'm very low. This could be very confusing, so what I want to show you real quick is inside of this cap is this. So what they do is they take a regular dipstick, they cut it all up, and they shove it in there, and that's how they get what they get. So what I'm going to end up having to do is open this cap up, this twists off here, and I'm gonna have to cut this stock dipstick to put inside. For right now, I'm just gonna do it this way because I know I'm keeping the stock dipstick and I know I'm full on oil. But just be aware of that some people might switch, put that dipstick in, and it is reading low. I mean, you can just tell there's different holes and different levels. It is reading as if I was low if I was going by this. So then, you know, average Joe Schmo would top off the oil with another quart or two, but now you're overfilling your oil by a quart or two. So it's just something to keep in mind. You don't want to screw your shit up. This will be the last piece of the puzzle. Can I do this left-handed? Probably not. Oh shit, I can. I can do this left-handed. So put this in. Make sure it's nice and tight down there. Alright, this is where we stand now. Finished for today. Again, there's the OCD. This will be removed before I ever move the car. This is only for hood up, car parked situations. Looks awesome. My first ever like custom piece from Billet Tech. Super happy with it. Now I'm going to talk about this for a second, and then we're going to close the video. I was going to have that cover done in like a carbon fiber, but I like this. I like this more because I don't have to have it hydro dipped. It's something unique. I don't want to just have an engine bay. I've seen other people online. I mean, they want straight out gaudy. I mean, every single piece. I mean, there has to be balance. For me, balance. So I guess that's why everybody mods their car differently to their taste. But there has to be some kind of balance. It can't just be every single piece carbon fiber, because then you're going to get people that are like carbon fiber this and carbon fiber throttle bodies and carbon fiber everything, and it's just going to go completely out of control. And that's just, for me personally, it's not good. Not a good look. The vision will start to come together. It's just going to take some time, but as you can see, you know, we are going to be making progress. I want to have clean accents with carbon fiber, color matched pieces. I want to just tie it in nice and clean. Now with the intake, I'll have a shield, so I'll be able to have more covered and not have such openness. It's just going to be what it is for right now, but we're making progress. Once we get to the pulleys and start adding some more power, I'm sure we'll start tweaking more things and putting different throttle bodies, and we're going to be doing so many things to talk about in the future, but that's the future, that's not now. So, like always, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, you know, consider subscribing. It's up to you. If you are an OCD OG, I truly appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for continuing to support, because it helps me want to do all this. This is the outer view now. I'll probably use this as a thumbnail, but it's starting to come together. It's starting to look a lot better. Accenting pieces are in place, and I got other things. I don't want to talk too much about what's going on, so I'm just going to shut up now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Told you I was going to take that stupid sticker off. How are you going to put that on there? Come on, Jeep, get your shit together.